It's Week 16 of the National Football League. We'll get a look at Joe Burrow. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Saints and the Rams under the lights on Thursday night.
This is the city, Los Angeles, California. That's where we are for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight we begin the final stretch. Week 16 starts here as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they enter play. They come in the midst of a season-crushing losing streak. It's up to 9 games now.
And I don't have a PhD in psychology, but you can see it in their body language. This is not a team that is organized and been ready to play.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they've been in a great group. Winners of 7 of their last 10 on the year. And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And leading them out, a man who has led his team to the conference championship game the last 2 seasons, winning it 2 years ago. Here's Joe Burrow.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
On second down, here's Burrow. That's into the hands of McLaughlin. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. But what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
First carry now for Jaleel McLaughlin. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. He's got it to the 43 here. You talk about this Rams defense. Now, they've been dreadful against the run. No getting around at number 32, dead last in the NFL.
They have tried all season long to fix all the things that they need to in the running game, and they haven't been successful so far. I'm wondering if this is a time to just sell out. Make sure you have 8 in the box every time and bring a 9th and sometimes even a 10th to try and stop them from moving the ball.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Now it's Burrow. That is caught. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 26. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
They'll fake the jet sweep and go play action with Burrow. That's complete. It's Collins. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little game. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on third down. Now Burrow. He finds his man complete. It's McLaughlin. And he is going to have a Saints first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed they went right into the game plan, attack them early, see if they're going to play any better. And if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now a throw in the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force it.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. Zadarius Smith make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense. So the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Touchdown, Saints. CeeDee Lamb. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints are on the board first on the road here in L.A. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. So now the Rams will get their first opportunity with a football. And leading them out in the 3rd year of a young career out of Alabama, it's Mac Jones.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
They'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Throwing Jones. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Jones. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, How well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. The give is to McLaughlin. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Burrow will throw. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Fielded at the 20. As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. We know they have these RPOs in their playbook, and look, we're seeing it here in the first quarter. You think we're going to see it as the game continues?
They trotted them out early for a reason, partner. They're letting them know that this is in the arsenal, and we rely on it. You better be prepared because this is going to be an all-day affair trying to stop them.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and a yard. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. And the Rams at 2-12 in what has been a tough year. And they come in the midst of a season-crushing losing streak. It's up to 9 games now.
And this is a team that's not shown much consistency during this losing streak because they've never really looked like they've been ready to play. You question their motivation. You wonder what's going on with them. And I have a PhD in psychology, but the body language, it's awful. Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Jones hit and the ball's out. One of the linebackers has got it. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Maybe some indecision there on what looked to be an RPO. He wound up keeping it, but that defense right on him to strip it away.
And typically when we see that type of indecision on an RPO, that means it's well defended. He had nowhere to go with it, and that allowed the defense to get to him and knock it free and make it a turnover.
Burrow on play action. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. The first catch for Judy, good for a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately, They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. And he'll get maybe a couple, if that, up to the 46. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And the Rams now coming out on the field as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get starter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Cameron Curl up to make the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. Operating from the gun, Jones. And this is going to be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Well, what do you think? You get the ball at the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. On the handoff, McLaughlin. He'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now they'll fake the jet sweep and give it instead to Eckler. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Here's McLaughlin. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Jerry Jeudy from 4 yards out. And the Saints had 6 to their lead. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Gano for the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. That time a 6-play drive, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. From his end zone is Byron Pringle. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Rams ready to go on offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Chubb will get the call running left. Takes it to about the 37.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Jones. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, and that's kind of how it's gone for them so far. That was a ball they need to get back in this game. A quick strike, a big play. But he led his guy too far, and it winds up over his head.
And all deep in his own territory, coughs up the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
Jones looking to throw on 2nd down. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Nelson Aguilar from 10 yards out. And the Rams have cut it back within a score. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
You'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 there, and a New Orleans first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. That's going to be caught by Judy. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Rams 16-yard line.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. A false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. They'll run. It's McLaughlin. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now it's Burrow. And he's got it. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Austin Eckler with career touchdown number 70. And the Saints are able to stretch out their lead. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point try good by Gano. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Taken at the goal line. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
Now a deep ball there on on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here's Jackson. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Saints again ready to go on offense. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Burrow looking to pass. Looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Here's Jones. Throwing to start the drive. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Drops it off for Chubb. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. 2nd down and 4. They'll look to throw again. He targets Ingram for another grab. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got an open man, it's Pringle. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by McManus is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, we're into the final 3 weeks of the NFL season. A lot of races going to be coming right down to the wire. Before we get it back to you guys, let's check out what we have coming up this weekend on the Week 16 NFL slate. As far as the early games go in that 1 o'clock window, we'll be focused on that game in Nashville. A big one for the Titans as they get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. In the late afternoon games, one of the best of the bunch will be at Soldier Field in Chicago, where it'll be the Bears taking on the Arizona Cardinals. And one more to highlight, a good one on Sunday Night Football between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. Ball
pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first two quarters, they had two costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
Jones throw taken in by Landry. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw here taken in by Ingram. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Saints are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here of the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jerry Jeudy with his second touchdown of the night. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Gano the extra point, and that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. L.A. set to take over again on offense. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Throwing Jones. That's caught. It's DeAndre Carter. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Going to look at Jerry Jeudy as he leads his offense back out there for this next series. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5. Carry from McLaughlin. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On the ground, here's McLaughlin. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And now they will throw it with Burrow. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of...
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 35. What a run there. I mean, you got speed, elusiveness, escapability, all rolled into one.
And we all know that quarterbacks are coached. They get the ball to the guys who can do all the things you just described. You want those guys who have speed, elusiveness, and escapability all rolled into one with the ball in their hands. And guess what? It's him. So there's no sense in throwing it or handing it off when you can do all of that yourself.
He'll take this to the 46.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Well, when you get an elite running back like he is, sometimes you've got to employ the by any means necessary method to get him down.
Yeah, sometimes you're relieved even if a flag comes out. But if you just get the hand up and you get it on the mask, you can kind of get away with that. But as soon as you curl it around a finger or the hand, that's pretty easy for everyone to see, and they'll call that one every time.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. 2nd down and a yard. Now Jones.
toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. A nice pickup there at 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line.
47 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
Chubb again.
And he takes it across for the Rams touchdown. Nick Chubb,
his third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Rams are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
For as good as Nick Chubb is in the open field, he's every bit as good when they line him up down near the goal line. He's a speed back between the 20s, but a power back down close, and he forces his way into the end zone.
So the call's made by Sean McVay. They're going to go for 2.
The Rams will line up for the 2.
Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And a look at Jerry Jeudy as he leads his offense back out there for this next series.
He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one because he's paying off his results downfield.
And still more time here. Third quarter, we'll see what else he has in store for us.
Burrow going to set up the draw. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down. Play action. It's Burrow. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Zadarius Smith, his second sack of the night.
That's his second sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Up the middle they go. McLaughlin, and he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a third and about 14. Burrow will throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good game.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Back now in Los Angeles. Up the middle, it's Chubb. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter.
61 yards rushing for him now to this point.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Looking to throw. Jones to the right side, and he's got Landry complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 36 yards on the play. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They run with Mostert off the option.
And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert to the 27-yard line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
From the 27, Jones finds his tight end Ingram. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
2nd and 10. To throw again, Jones. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Chubb diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
McManus's point after is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. That's McLaughlin. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 2nd and 6. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to. Right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score. But they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a 1st down on that last catch as well. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
The give is to McLaughlin.
Nifty move. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
76 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. On the handoff, McLaughlin. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Burrow on play action. That's into the hands of McLaughlin.
Just a gain of a couple there, and that'll make it second down.
On 2, ready to go. Yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the Rams' 46-yard line.
Now they'll try and set up the quarterback draw here.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. DeMarcus Walker in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And the Rams getting set to go now. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Back to throw. Jones. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 16 more on that one and another first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Jones throw pulled in by Aguilar. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The ball under 32. It's 2nd and 2. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he'll go down at the 28. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Throw right side complete to Carter. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. Now 2nd and 4. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. What a kickoff to the week this has been. Now a big play. It's 3rd down. And Chubb fighting but nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped short of that 1st down marker.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. The kick by McManus is good. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied.
So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense, just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Here's Burrow. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. Inside a minute to go. Here's 2nd and 10 now. Burrow. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Here's McLaughlin. Oh, what a move. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. A big play looming on 3rd down. Burrow. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Shedding the tackle. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And that will come the offense as they take over. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd. As the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. He's got Landry. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And he is going to have a Rams 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Jackson now to return. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime,
he's got a man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
A gain of 32 that time.
And how about that? So many times the big play is what does it in overtime. They got one there, move the ball past midfield, and now you know they're on the move, looking to score the game-winning touchdown because a field goal won't finish the game.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They'll run. It's McLaughlin. He's got it to the 43 here.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 33. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 102 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. Now Burrow on 1st down. His throw caught at about the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment defense.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. And absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime. So it's a win here for the Saints. And the man leading the way was their quarterback, CD. That's Joe Burrow.
Yeah, he really had this offense firing on all cylinders. So let's count up some of the numbers. He went for well over 300 yards in the air, had 4 touchdown passes, and was clearly prepared for this one and executed the game plan to perfection.
So for the Saints, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, things get even uglier now as they fall to 2-13. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.